What's up, everyone? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Fired Up. And Barrick is not here with us today. He's actually here with us in spirit, and he gives his love. And you would actually have the unfortunate or fortunate pleasure or displeasure of me today. So let's see how long you guys can tolerate me. So once again, I just want to actually thank everyone for subscribing. I think we're up to 3,800 subscribers. Share the video, like, comment. Remember, sharing is actually caring, and we're gonna try to get that actually trademark as me being the first to actually say that, actually stealing it from someone else. All right. So what I was going to start off today with was going to be the Kevin Love wanted to be traded from Cleveland to a contender, but if Barrick was here, normally Barrick and I would actually prep for about 45 minutes before doing this, and we go over what we want to discuss. But I was going to throw Barrick a curveball today. So I was watching Anthony Davis yesterday on First Take, and they were interviewing him, and they asked him a really, a hardball question there. Do you plan on actually, re-signing with the Lakers? And he was non-committal to that. So. Should the Lakers actually trade Anthony Davis? I don't hear anyone talking about this right now in the media, but you can't really lose Anthony Davis for nothing. He's been waffling right now. What he should say is that, hey, I plan to be a lifelong Laker, but you look at Kyrie Irving in Boston, they lost him for nothing practically. Now, thank God they got Kemba Walker back in free agency, but Boston, in terms of its actual management, is much better than the Lakers to a degree. There's still some issues there with Danny Ainge and how he treated our boy Isaiah Thomas there, but it's still a better ran organization than the actual Lakers. So should the Lakers actually trade Anthony Davis? Now I was watching the Brooklyn Nets and New Orleans Pelicans game, and I mean Brandon Ingram is actually blossoming into not right now, but you can see the potential there. In another year or two, he gets stronger. I mean, he could be a poor man's version of Kevin Durant. So I think if you're the Lakers, you have to actually get something for, Anthony Davis. So don't, because LeBron, I know he looks great right now, but I believe he has another 2 years left on the deal. But I don't know. You guys, get into the comments there and let me know, should the Lakers actually trade Anthony Davis? And I'm pretty sure Barrick will be calling me later tonight. And he's like, Rashid, are you out of your freaking mind? But that segues us into the Clippers over here. Now, Doc Rivers and LeBron has been going back and forth with the load management situation. And LeBron saying, hey, I don't take off games right now. If I'm hurt, I'll take off games. But, basically taking a poke at the Clippers there. And Doc Rivers is actually firing back. And when you look at it, I know the Lakers right now looks like the team to beat. Everybody's projecting them as NBA champions right now. But, everybody's also forgetting about the Clippers here. And like I said, everybody knows my position on load management. A lot of the guys you hear in the media I don't think they ever played basketball to any type of degree, and they don't understand back then hand checking actually saves, it puts less pressure on your ankles. It puts less pressure on your knees and your lower extremities practically. No hand checking, and you can go out there right now to the basketball court and go against a Division I player or a Division II player, or somebody that's just quick in general, and try not hand checking him and just doing that for like a good 45 something minutes, and you're gonna have to be icing your knees. So and like I said, everybody's body's built differently. We don't, Kawhi had an injury, but if you look at the Lakers and the Clippers, just their path to the actual championship or to the finals is different. The Lakers, I know they're 23, they're 23-3, but right now, if you look at the rest of the team, Anthony Davis, but if you look at the rest of the team, I'm not. It doesn't look like a championship roster to me, besides LeBron James and Anthony Davis. JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, I know they're playing well right now, but they have limitations. So we'll actually see. But the Lakers right now, they have to actually, get off to this great start. Like you see, they lost to Indiana, without Anthony Davis. So they don't really have much support, actually. Coming from their bench, and you still see Jared Dudley. I think they're saving him for the playoffs. They could probably use him for floor spacing, but he's way past his prime, and I think they're just probably saving him for the playoffs. But getting back to what I was originally saying, the Lakers and the Clippers, Lou Williams is better than the Lakers' entire bench practically. They don't have anybody that can actually match up with him offensively. I just don't see it. And let's see. When you look at, basically what I'm trying to say is that the Clippers can actually take their time, pace themselves. It's a marathon to them. And, this reminds me back when I was in 7th and 8th grade, and they would have us run like 25 laps. And I would try to get off to really fast starts. I would explode out and sprint out. And I would actually get off. So I would just lap everybody out, everybody around twice practically, but I couldn't finish. I couldn't finish the actual 25 laps. I got to 18 or 19 laps while everybody else, paced themselves, and they were able to finish it. And the Clippers can actually do that, and I just don't see. You go into the Western Conference Finals. I don't see the Lakers actually beating the Clippers. They're gonna have a wall of defense with Paul George there, Patrick Beverly and Kawhi Leonard. In order to beat those guys, you're gonna have to use consistent ball movement. If LeBron thinks he's gonna actually try to be a ball dominant player against the Clippers, it's not gonna happen. And I just don't, maybe Danny Green. I know he has a lot of finals experience there. He's been in the finals. He's won a couple of rings, but we'll see with Kyle Kuzma. He's still young, but I just don't see it. I think the Clippers, maybe the Brooklyn Nets, I think can actually beat them because of the way Kenny Atkinson runs their offense. But that's with a healthy Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving has to buy into moving the ball side to side and not go 100% downhill against the Clippers, because it's not going to happen. All right, so Kevin Love, he wants to be traded to a contender. He's 31 years old. He has 3 years, $91 million left on the deal. I like him if he goes to San Antonio. If they can actually put Kevin Love at the 5. And I know he gives up a lot on defense. He's, it's like, what's this guy's name? It's like like Jokic in a sense, though, in terms of their foot speed, their lateral movement, and but the thing is, if Kevin Love could shoot 40% from three, there's not going to be a lot of opposing centers in the NBA that's going to be able to go out there and really challenge him. So for every 2 points or every other 2 points that he potentially can give up, he can actually, get probably, 5 out of 10 from three or 4 out of 10 from three, depending on, But again, he has to be healthy. He has back issues, and I just think that could be more of the Cleveland effect right there. And it's Cleveland, but back issues are no joke. So, all right. So the Knicks, what are you guys doing, man? Now I know you won. I think they won 3 out of the last 4 games, but you're supposed to be tanking. You're supposed to be losing games to try to get the pick. And listen, I get it, to try to show like a winning culture, and maybe if they actually get to, let's say, the 11th, the 11th, 10th, 11th seed, that actually shows a lot of improvement. But as if you had a different owner there, I would say yes, go that course. But as of right now, you're gonna have to actually, go through the lottery. And I know Barrick doesn't want to hear that, but come on, guys. You're supposed to be losing games. You're supposed to be losing games. You're not supposed to be winning, damn it. What's his name? One of the Ball brothers. He's out there. It was not Lamelo. I forgot the Ball brother that's actually in there, man. But we'll be touching on the draft in about not the draft, but like, let's say college in about 3 or 4 weeks. We'll see, some of the top prospects that are actually coming out. And we'll evaluate them, and we'll see what team they should go to. And more importantly, the Knicks, they need life support right now. And let's see more. This is going to be quick. We're going to go through this. This is going to be about a 20-minute show here. Excuse me for stumbling. This is like my second time doing this by myself. So let's see the MVP conversations right now. I've been hearing a lot about that. To me, it's Luka Doncic. I know Giannis has been playing great, and LeBron has been playing great, but Giannis has a really good team around him, and LeBron has AD, and I know those two are very valuable to their team. But for the Dallas Mavericks to have to be in the 3rd seed in the West, in the competitive West, and those other guys, I don't. Porzingis is he hasn't been the same player. Again, it's going to take about a good year for him to get his confidence back from that knee injury. That it takes about a year or two. So, last thing I actually want to touch on here is the Brooklyn Nets. Iman Shumpert got released from Brooklyn because Wilson Chandler was actually returning from suspension from his 25-game PED use, and there was a big uproar in the Brooklyn community there, from the Nets Daily website, and there's a couple of Facebook groups there that I belong to, and that guys has been attacking me practically for them choosing David Nwaba and Wilson Chandler over Iman Shumpert. And it's the same thing when Spencer Dinwiddie got there, and practically Theo Pinson. A lot of people are very upset with Musa and Theo Pinson, but you got to remember something. It's Brooklyn is not actually looking to win a championship this year, because I think even if there's rumors of Kevin Durant coming back in March, we don't know how KD is going to be. So don't expect him to be come back and be an immediate impact player. But listen, we're still Brooklyn is still developing players. We're not going to be like the Golden State Warriors now. I think if Golden State was actually developing those end of the bench players, they wouldn't be in a position right now that they're in right now. You know, they're like in almost like second to last place in the NBA. And I was criticizing Steve Kerr and just basically the Golden State Warriors organization for the last 5 years of not developing these young guys over here, and what San Antonio and what Brooklyn is actually doing. Well, what San Antonio is actually known for is just developing, guys that's been like second round picks. Look at Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. They find guys, they still develop them in the course of winning. So Theo Pinson and Musa. Listen, these guys just played in the G League last year, and now they're starting to play against like NBA caliber players. Now it's equivalent to you going out there, me going out there as a fully grown man and playing against 13, 14, 15-year-olds. Yeah, they're not going to be able to guard me. I'm going to have extremely. I mean, you're talking about like let's say if I take 20 shots against 13, 14-year-olds. I'm going to make 16 out of 20 shots against those guys. I'm going to look really, really good. But once I start going against, grown men that are like 30, 35 years old, guys that's just as strong as me, bigger than me, that can actually point out limitations in my game and expose it. It's a different story, so... And it's going to be an adjustment period. And I'm not saying that you can't actually do well against them, but it's going to take time to actually, adjust to the tempo, the speed, the physicality of NBA players versus these G League players. So Brooklyn Nets are still actually developing right there, and they're developing players. And again, we're not competing for a championship this year, guys. Y'all gotta relax. It's the same thing when about 3 years ago when they had Yogi Ferrell and they had Spencer Dinwiddie out of the G League, and Yogi Ferrell did actually play well for the Brooklyn Nets back then, but Sean Marks ultimately chose Spencer Dinwiddie, and y'all got, and I supported that decision. I'm like, I said, great move. It was a really great move, and y'all guys on the Nets Daily website tore me a new one. And look where Spencer Dinwiddie is now. You can make the case that he should be on the All-Star team. The Brooklyn Nets are in a playoff position right now, and I don't know if Kyrie's going to make it, but definitely somebody from the Brooklyn Nets, should be representing at the All-Star game right there. So, listen, and Sean Marks, I trust. And Sean Marks, I trust. He's made a couple of mistakes here and there, but listen, nobody's perfect. But Nwaba, over Iman Shumpert, Iman Shumpert, I'm sorry, Nwaba is actually giving you more on the offensive end and hitting threes. Iman Shumpert wasn't hitting no threes. Cutting to the basket, play. He's actually. I know, even though he's like 6'6", but he's actually guarding the four. He was guarding Pascal Siakam, where that would be a mismatch for Shump. Like I said, I love Shump, but we're not getting on the emotional bandwagon here, man. We're not. All right, so that's gonna wrap this up over here. Gotta get out of here and go to work. And listen, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Let me know what you guys think on that Anthony Davis scenario, because he's been waffling. He threw out Chicago out there and about 7 or 8 months ago. So let me know what you guys actually think about that. Should they trade him and try to get some type of compensation for him? All right, guys. Peace out. Enjoy the holidays.